Sup guys, He King here, bringing you another live reaction to this month's Attack on Titan. Sorry about the background. You're looking at the back of my wall. I've redecorated my room, so my bed used to be there. Now it's on the side here, so you know, and my table therefore instead of being this way is now here with my chair. So yeah, it's a bit annoying that this has been done, but hey. Plus my TV used to be on this side, so now it's on that side where my table used to be. So yeah, was that where my chair used to be? My chair used to be there, I think. No, my bed used to be there where my TV is, and my bed is where my TV used to be. So where was my table then? Anyway, forget that, guys. I've been having a crappy ass week, man. I've had the flu since Sunday. Thank God it's the flu and not the freaking C virus, man. Like that, you know, just counting down the days to see if I'm gonna, you know, start having a runny nose, whatever. The sore throat's gonna go away, and to this morning, yeah, sore throat started going away. I started having a runny nose, so yeah, that pretty much means I don't have Mr. Corona Bear in my system, so that's good. But besides that, it's still a crappy day because a few hours ago, just before I go to work, I find out that, oh, the new Bond movie has been delayed, so that sucks. It's bad enough they delayed Godzilla vs. Kong to November, but now Bond's been delayed as well. And yeah, that's just annoying, and all because of this whole situation with the bloody virus and that. I swear to God, if more movies don't get delayed, like till then or much later, I'm gonna be annoyed because it's such a piss take. Like it's just the studio making an excuse. It's an excuse whether you want to admit it or not. It's an excuse for them to try and have the film come out later so they can still get like the Chinese market to go and watch it. That's all it is, man. I mean, personally, I don't know how it works. I don't know how the Hollywood system works, but maybe they could have released the film in Europe or whatever first, and then maybe a few months later in America or Europe at the same time, and then a few months later in China and other countries. I don't know. Like they could have done it something like that, but no. Instead we're gonna get around all at the same time or something like that. So that's annoying. Like after waiting all this time, after delays, keep in mind, because originally it was supposed to come out last year, and then February of the director change, and then now April. And it's just annoying, man. Like it ruins the mood you have. Does that make sense? It ruins the mood. Anyway, guys, enough about those personal dilemmas for stuff that you don't care about. We're here to talk about Attack on Titan, chapter 127, which is the start of volume 32. We left off last month with a controversial chapter, to say the least. A lot of people didn't like it, which is shocking. I mean, yes, it was fast-paced as hell, but I liked it. I liked what happened. I mean, it was pretty obvious what was going to happen. It was obvious that was the route Isayama was going into, and I liked it because it's what I wanted, and it happened, and it was awesome. But hopefully we get a bit more down of a chapter today, and maybe we can get more development as to how that occurred. Maybe some flashbacks and that. I don't know. That could certainly maybe help persuade some haters that didn't like what happened last month. So, you know, let's see what happens. Let's start then. Chapter 127, The Night of the End. So I think originally the title is actually, I don't know if this is a mistranslation, but the actual title, whatever, is supposed to be The Night of the Apocalypse. So I guess this is close to it, The Night of the End, Night of the Apocalypse, etc. So we're starting with first page, by the way. Jesus Christ, I'm going to be sneezing a lot, I think, so, you know, don't mind that. Don't mind me. Anyway, we're starting with, I think we're in Mali. You got the buildings there, horse carriages. There's this one dude. He looks like an older Jean, actually. He's sitting there drinking something, scotch, whatever, outside on his balcony. Naturally, I'd ask for a house in the central district. Let me put it here so you can see me face to face. I'll be glopping down the finest wine, whether it be morning or noon. I won't take complaints from anyone. I'll let my wife, our children, and our grandchildren enjoy a life of happiness. We should have that right. So he's looking into the window, and there's I assume his wife and his kid. Shouldn't we? And there's his kid being held. That's because we fought with our lives on the line. That this island has a future. That's why we should brush it aside. So wait, is this paradise? I'm a bit confused because he said island. That's because we fought with our lives on the line. That this island has a future. That this island has a future. Is this an older Jean? Are we seeing a flash forward here? Is this what this is? Is this his wife and kid? What the hell is going on? Or is this someone else? That's why we should brush it aside. What's going on? I'm so confused. Jean. John or Jean. It was Jean, I think. But we're now... It's a flashback. Okay, see, I knew it. I knew we would get a flashback and people would complain like, it's rash. They didn't explain how they met. Shut the fuck up. Like, it was freaking obvious they would do this, because last chapter you have the characters awake, right, at that point in the night, and then suddenly they all meet up and have planned, like, how? How did they plan it? How did Hanji meet with Jean to tell him, oh, by the way, this is gonna happen, make sure you're in the way of the car tire when it bites, like, how did that happen, huh? How did Jean know this was gonna happen? Obviously, they met up at that point in time. So yeah, it's that point in time in last chapter when Jean was awake, you know, sort of worried against the wall in the quarters. So there's Hanji outside the window. Jean, it's me. I'll be waiting outside. I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. Don't go. Don't think about it. If I just stay like this, I'll get my place at the central district. Just like this. So I think this was just the thoughts that Jean was having about the future he could have. Let me go back then. Is this supposed to be Mikasa then, that he's supposedly with? Like, maybe, like, that's his dream to be with Mikasa. Like, it could be Mikasa, but you can't really tell. I mean, the woman's got, like, long hair covering her face and that, so... And the baby's got dark hair, so, yeah. Page 3. Okay, so, there's Hanji behind a wall, and there's Mikasa in a coat, standing next to Hanji, and there's Jean walking up to them. So you came, Jean. Hanji's opening the door, and she's walking in with Mikasa behind her and Jean following. So Mikasa told me about the situation. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. You guys did well under such difficult circumstances. They're entering. Levi is not fine, but he's alive. He won't be able to fight for a while though. Also, so they've entered the room and they're sitting by the table. Also, we joined forces with the Cartide and the remnants of Marlene forces. So Mikasa and Jean are just like, what the hell? Because remember, these guys were together at the time, so Hanji obviously found Mikasa and Jean and told them. So yeah, in order to stop Eren. So yeah, let me rephrase that. We joined forces with the Cartide and the remnants of Marlene forces in order to stop Eren. We're on page 5 now. Mass slaughter is wrong. It is wrong. Okay, genocide in any way is wrong, man. Like, even if some of us may deep down sort of vouch for it, you know, it's wrong, okay? Even if we have certain rages of hate and anger, we should not give in to it, okay? Sometimes it's fine, you know, your anger gets the better of you, understandable. But, you know, that shouldn't be you. It's not you, so don't let it control you. Do you mean? Don't let that be you, you know? Let go of the hate. It's hard, I know. I've got lots of hate for a lot of things. Like, I'm not gonna deny it. At certain situations, I'd be all for genocide, guys, depending on who and the situation. But it's wrong. Okay, we should all be peaceful and shit. But occasionally, we should be allowed to say things as it is, like telling a person that they're a fucking dipshit and they deserve to get slapped in their face for being wrong. Even if they might be right, but mostly because they're wrong. Opinions, man. Everyone's got an opinion. Seriously, I find this kind of story to be actually sort of interesting in the situation that we're in right now, with the amount of racism that has spread from situations because of the whole Trump thing in America, Brexit in London, and the whole coronavirus in China. Like, it's crazy. Like, people are just hating people. Like, just stop, for Christ's sake. Just stop. Like, why are you hating others for something they're not technically responsible for? Like, what are you hating for? Like, get the hell out of here with your purism and crap. Like, go back, I don't know, go and join Hitler in the afterlife or something if that's what you believe. Like, you sick bastards. Anyway, Mikasa and Jean are obviously shocked by this. Mikasa, page 5 still. How do you plan to stop him? First, we'll gather collaborators. What we can do or not depends on the allies we have. But without you and the powers of the 9 Titans, there's nothing we can do. The military that existed up until now has been destroyed, so I'm no longer your superior officer. But I'm still asking this of you. of you. I'll do it. So before she can like finish her sentence, Mikasa's like, I'll do it. And Jean just looks at her, and Hanji's surprised by this, like, holy crap, Mikasa, like, really? You're gonna help us stop Eren, the guy you worship, love, and have been protecting this whole time. You're gonna help us stop him, like, damn right she's gonna stop him. Like, she's grown up. Mikasa started to, she's always had developments, but not big developments, but this arc has pretty much been major about focused on her getting that development necessary to finally sort of let go, I guess, of not being infatuated with Eren, like realizing the truth maybe. So yeah, the shocks there, like, page 6 by the way. I don't want to let Eren go any further on this indiscriminated attack, even if it's to protect us and this island. I want to stop Eren. Mikasa, now Jean's talking, let's say we really stopped Eren. What's the plan next? Even assuming Eren somehow managed to keep the Founder's power, if he only has 4 years left to live, what becomes of this island after that? After that, and for the decades to come, if the hatred the world bears towards us won't go away, then stopping Eren means that we're destroying this island. Ooh. Jean is making some good points, but there has to be some sort of plan here. There has to be a backup plan. Maybe you feed someone else, you feed Eren to someone else to get the powers, right? And maybe, I don't know, that person has more of a heart and understands, and they act more as sort of a security force in terms of, you set foot on this island, I will screw you royally up. Okay, stay the hell away. Don't come here, and we won't mess with you. End of story. Like, but we still want, supplies and that. We'll give you something, we go up, and you give us something in return. But you try and attack us, we kill you. End of story. Like, maybe get someone like that. I don't know. I mean, Eren's method is understandable, but way too extreme. Like, I'm gonna stop here and go to the next part. All right. We're back again on page 7. Hanji's talking now. I think that from Marley's point of view, the Rompling got activated as soon as they launched the surprise attack on the island. At least from now on, they might keep their hands off the island for a while, I believe. Yeah, that's a good point. Jean now. If the world doesn't destroy the island, they have no way to know when they'll be the ones getting annihilated. Willy Tabar's speech ought to have stirred up the world even more. It did stir up. Hanji again. That's certainly plausible, but in any case, there's some time before that hypothesis happens. Even if the island is going to be destroyed, we should be able to push it back for several years. Gee, but time passed while we tried looking for a way to do that, and we couldn't find a single solution. That's why Eren is going to destroy the world. You can't just massacre everyone. Hanji's losing her shit. Holy damn, I mean, the last time I saw her like this is when she got pissed at that guy who tortured Pastor Nick. Like, you can't just massacre everyone. Like, hell, there's a good reason to ever do that. And Mikasa and Jean are just like, and Sanji's just like, is that backstory we're gonna get? Like, sorry, I made too much noise. As you said, Jean, Eren ended up there because of my own weak-minded and idealistic thoughts. Besides, I'm yelling about it when I myself try to run away. And Jean's like, what? I tried to leave it all behind, to forget about it all and continue with my life. However, I am still the 14th commander of the Survey Corps. I dedicated my heart to humanity's freedom, so I can feel that my comrades are watching me. So as she's saying this, you can see people behind Mikasa and Jean and Hanji. Most of them died without ever knowing that humanity existed outside of the walls, but still. So I think these are all the dead characters. I think Hanji's having sort of an Erwin moment where Erwin sort of saw himself just surrounded by all the dead people, all the comrades he basically sacrificed, and now there's all the comrades that Hanji has lost over the years that never found out the truth, that dedicated themselves to protecting the world basically. Because remember, their job before they found out human existed was to ensure the survival of humanity. Imagine how that changed when they realized, oh no, humanity is alive, they're the enemies of humanity. Like, that pretty much throws a wrench into your beliefs, everything that you stood up for, everything that you worked for. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, you can't just forget all of that. You can't forget that mentality. Someone who dedicated themselves to that profession, to that ideal, wouldn't forget that. Because at the end of the day, if you're saying you're fighting for humanity, you're fighting for all of humanity. And I think that's what Hanji is pretty much saying here. I think that's the mindset she's in right now. Like, yeah, we're seeing, oh, that's sad, man. We're seeing all the dead characters here. We're seeing Erwin there. We're seeing Mika, you know, not me, Micah or whatever. I'm trying to see if I recognize any of the other people in the background. I think there's the dude with the glasses who got shot in the head. Some dude with like a tall jacket, I don't know who that is. Some short girl there, I don't know who that is. A lot of them have blood faces basically, so you can't really make it out. But you can definitely make out Erwin and Mika. Just bringing about this island's freedom is enough. Yeah. There's certainly no one among those comrades who would say something so narrow-minded. So this is page 9, and yeah, we're getting a decent view of Mika, Erwin. I don't know who that girl is. I don't think that's Squad Levi, no. Page 10, close-up of Erwin and Mika. Like, it's surprising we're getting a focus on those two specifically, but I guess you could maybe it's like symbolism, because technically they both got killed by the Beast Titan, and they were supposed to be the best, you know what I mean, next to Levi, and they got killed. The time to stop this slaughter. It's now or never. And I think Gene's having a moment where he's now realizing it, because yeah, it's like Gene's eyes have just widened. Like he's seeing what Hanji is seeing, and he's seeing Marco in the background of dead people there. So yeah, Hanji, I'm still a member of the Survey Corps. Yeah, I think Gene's accepted that. Yeah, they need to stop Eren now. So yeah, page 11, and whoa. Okay, this is going to be my cover shot for this chapter, because that's awesome. Let me just get that. Come on, there we go. Yeah, that's awesome. Let me just photocopy that, because that's an awesome image. So yeah, the image. It's a big ass spread, man. You got a little tiny corner there with Gene, I think, from Gene. But yeah, the overall image. You've got the Card Titan there, just chilling and relaxing on the ground, sort of her eyes there, that weird ass freaky smile. Next to her is McGarth. He's got a bottle of drink in his hand. There's Falcom and Gabby sitting down next to him. Sitting next to them is Reina, hands crossed, sitting down. Behind Reina is Annie. She's standing up, and she next to the Card Titan, and she's just she's finishing up opening a bottle as well. In the middle you got Hanji surrounded by food, boxes of food, and she's making stew. Next to Hanji on the card is Levi, still bandaged up, and so next to Levi and Hanji standing up facing them is Gene, Armin, Mikasa, and there's Connie, and then next to, basically between Reina and Connie, sitting down is Onoyabaku and Yelena. Seriously, who would have thought that Yelena would have ended up joining this little merry band of heroes, basically. Seriously, I love where this is going. So you've got that shot of Gene, and then at in the top I think top right corner, and then on the bottom left corner you've got Hanji's expression, like just like. So yeah, Hanji, page 12. Wow, this is gonna be a long video. Christ, no one's going to give me a hand here. So she's making the stew and cutting up. Please stop glaring at each other. And Mangaf says, sharing a meal with people who we have killed and who have killed us so horribly. That's interesting. Why did you change your mind? If you just left Eren Yeager alone, you lot would see the world you wished for become a reality, right? A paradise for the island devils. Yeah, but they're not devils though, that's the thing. They don't want to be devils. They don't want to be known as devils. A panel shot of our Survey Corps members. We were this close to preventing Eren and Zeke from coming into contact with each other. If you hadn't interfered, that is. Hanji. It's as if I explained, Mr. General. We do not wish for mass murder. If we did, we wouldn't have run and hidden inside a forest to make some stew. Goff. In other words, you're telling me you've developed a sense of justice. And Gene's just like, I don't know, he seems a bit pissed now. Just ice, you say. Justice, you say? Sorry, that was a bit wrong. Justice, you say? Did you just talk about justice right now? You of all people, and McGarth just sort of stares at him as he's drinking. It's like, did I just say something wrong there? Like, holy shit, what's going on? Like, yeah, you just said something. Oh, Gene's losing his shit. We lived under the threat of titans you kept sending after us, but we're the bad guys. You hear that? The reason why we fought desperately is that we didn't want to die devoured by titans. Are you trying to say that was us acting like devils, you old fuck? Go Gene, holy shit. Man, got to make off. Yeah, you look like devils, alright. The theories about the threat Paradise posed turn out to be true, and the world is now about to be destroyed. This is the result you guys fighting to the death led to. Am I wrong? Ooh. So many different viewpoints clashing and shit, like, goddamn, like, both find the right, both find the wrong. It's just crazy, man. Back to Gene and, like, the others. Hold on. To begin with, if the walls hadn't been broken down and his mom hadn't been eaten right in front of him, Eren would have never done this. Are you sure you want the ones who chased after the rumbling? Back to Big Up. Hey, are we talking about history now? You understand that Idalian's the one who made Marley suffer and trampled over them first, don't you? And now we're getting a panel of Reina and Gabby and Falcon. Falcon's just looking at the two of them like you can tell Gabby and Falcon are just sort of miserable knowing. Like, so I think this is Gene talking in the big black bold writing. How long are you going to keep playing the victim for something that dates back to 2,000 years ago? And because it really feels like I'm talking to a brat. You think that silly nonsense is worth anything in the face of 2,000 years of real actual history? What'd you say? And Hanji's like, oh man, Gene looks like he just wants to go up there and just punch McGoff in the face, man. Hanji's just like, let's stop this. This talk about 2,000-year-old corals that none of us saw with our own eyes is just dull. That's a good point. Like, it's history, man. It's history. Who gives a shit? It happened. It happened. It's done now. Like, why are you beating a dead horse? Why are you going on with what was like, dude? Page 15. Gene. This is Hanji talking. Gene. Mr. General is obviously bewildered by our existence. We're strange devils who are willing to even give up on their paradise to rescue the people of the world that try to eradicate them. And McGarv's just like, just no words, and Gene just turned his back on them. Back to Hanji talking. We spent several months in the outside world. We can't go back to being ignorant devils anymore. And now we're seeing a shot of our Marlians, and there's now a focus on Annie. Well then, are you prepared to kill him? And now a shot of the cervical, and Armin's just like, Aunt Annie's walking up to them, to the four of them. Are you able to kill Eren? And there's just a look on Gene, Armin, Mikasa, and Connie's face. Mikasa, killing Eren isn't the only way to stop him. Annie, I thought you'd say that, but what would that be? Are you going to talk to him or something? Like, would someone who changed their mind because of that commit genocide? Armin, we don't know that unless we try talking to Eren. Annie, page 17. Then, assuming we can have a conversation with him, what will we do if he doesn't stop the genocide? Should we try not to think about the final option as much as possible? Just Mikasa and Armin are like, I knew it. If we, who have a hometown in Marlene, try to kill Eren, you're going to end up fighting us to protect Eren, surely. Yeah, she's making a good point. I mean, Mikasa just got that look. That's it after all, isn't it, Mikasa? Because you probably have never thought of anything being more important than Eren. And Mikasa's just like, yeah, she's not even arguing back, I think. And then, oh no, Mikasa's getting pissed now. She's getting she's got her blades in her hand. I mean, there's no blades on the end of the hilts, but still. Let's stop here. Oh man, this is turning out to be a long ass chapter. So Mikasa's losing her shit, man. Like she's got the hilts in her hands. In other words, are you saying you have to kill me? And Annie's just taking a ring out and it's got oh shit, and Reina's just getting sort of scared. Haji, and Magarth, Leonhard, and Gabby and Falcon, Okabayu is sort of like jumping in like. And Yelena doesn't even give a shit, and Levi's just there like asleep, I think. He doesn't give a shit. And she's pointing out her hand now to everyone who's just, I understand your feelings well. Me too. I have one reason to want to stop Eren. I don't want my father in Marlene to be killed. That's why I'm helping you. If we can stop Eren by talking to him, that's fine. If nothing else, we don't have any reason to fight until then. And Mika's just like, got it. And Hanji's just like, come on, the stew's ready, let's eat. Like, Jesus. So I'm wondering if this sequence is actually taking place. Oh yeah, obviously it's taking place after they've just gotten everyone from last chapter. So that flashback with Jean meeting Hanji and that is pretty much over. So yeah, I'm assuming they made the. We're not seeing the meeting they had there. Kind of disappointing actually, but you know, there are certain things that don't need to be said that we need to see 24/7. We need to get the story moving ahead. So the horses are eating, page 20. And there's the car titan sleeping in the background where everyone is just in a circle eating the stew. Even if we let the horses rest, the port is 5 hours from here. We can thank the Azumabitos. Everyone's just chilling and eating. See, this is what life should be, man, eating. So she's talking about the Azumabitos, and there's a panel shot of Hanji, and in the background is the biplane. It seems like Kiyomi prepared a flying boat in the port to observe the rumbling. If we news that, we can get close to the founding titan. What did I tell you? What did I tell you in previous reactions? I told you that plane was gonna come into existence because of this. That was how they're gonna get to Eren. They're gonna go to the port. They're gonna get the plane, and they're gonna fly to Eren and try and stop him. Garth, I knew it. The Azumabitos were working behind our backs. Page 21. Hanji, the problem is the founding titan's location. If we just fly around blindly, we'll quickly run out of fuel. McGarth, that's right. We have to look for the founding's path. We have a bit of a clue. That's why I took her, and McGarth is referring to Yelena. Where is Jaeger headed, first of all? Yelena, I wouldn't know. Even if I did know, why do I need to answer? McGarth, you're the one who lent their knowledge to Eren, who knew nothing of the continent, was you. Jaeger was planning the rumbling in advance. You should be able to predict something. Yelena, you piece of shit. Huh? I'm asking why there's a need for me to cooperate with a Marleyan piece of shit. And there's irony, isn't it because we have the upper hand on your life here? And Jean's just like, it's pointless. She's acting like she wants to die. And Connie, but weren't you fighting Marlene for your hometown? Are you fine with your hometown being trampled like this? And then there's just Yelena just looking dead bored or just not giving a crap, and Okabayu, Yelena. And McGarth, isn't it fine? Because she's a Marlene piece of shit just the same. What? She's Marleyan? Yelena's Marleyan? What? Everyone's confused. Oh, there's Peckham's waking up. Look at the muscle on that arm. Ugh, it's creepy. Since you thoroughly got me in Libero, Yelena, I researched everything about your past and was shocked. You twisted your generic, everyday Marleyan origins into being from a small country annexed by Marlene ever since you met Zeke. Disappointed with Marlene, you came up with a certain story. That is a miraculous story of saving the world with a prince, covering up the truth about yourself. You tried to carve yourself into history. I deeply admire your greed. So Yelena is a Marleyan who's disappointed at what happened? Like, Jesus. And she's smiling. Huh. She's smiling, that's just sadistic. She's touching Pekka's like a bloody dog. It's almost like you're saying you're any different. It's almost like you're saying you're any different from me. Just what exactly is different between you guys and me? Saving the world. Is there any sweet word that charms people more than that? And just looks of like, what the hell, from Connie and Reina. And just the looks of everyone as she's talking. Giving yourselves that noble excitement of saving hundreds of millions of lives. Washing all the ill will until now down your throats like they didn't exist. That's what you look like in my eyes right now. It's like a little trip down memory lane, shall we? Let's take a little trip down memory lane, shall we? So this is Yelena talking, and now she's turning to Reina. Reina Braun, by opening a hole in the wall, how many Idalians do you suppose were devoured by pure titans? Slipping into the walls, sharing joys and sorrows with your comrades here. Betrayal, killing each other, and now you pretend to be a comrade again. Annie's turn. Annie Leohard, it seems you killed an awful amount of scouts too. Eventually you trampled the residents of Stonehearth in great numbers. Ah, of course you Paradisians were all extremely heroic against Marlene too. To Armin, normally a sensible person, so loudly destroyed the military port. Armin, using the power you stole from Bertold Hoover, including civilians. Just how tall of a mountain of corpses did you raise alongside your military gains? Oh man, she is hitting the burns. And now she's talking to, I don't know, I think now she's referring to Connie, Mikasa, and Hanji and Armin at the same time, and Jean. And I know nothing of your valor in Libero. You magnificently annihilated the soldiers of Marlene, who greatly outnumbered you and dyed Libero the colour of blood. Especially Jean, referring to Jean. In order to defeat the cart, you aimed at Falcom and dauntlessly fired your thunder spear. Because the spear barely missed, Falcom is still here. And now Jean's just looking at Falcom. Falcom's looking at him. He's like, "That's right, you nearly killed me, you son of a bitch." Like, dude. And now looking at Gabby, then there's Gabby, and now we're just getting sort of a group shot here, a little bit. Armin, Mikasa, Okani, Okabayu, there's Yalina in the middle talking, there's Gabby. Then Sasha was shot by the little girl who was there, Gabby. Because Sasha was such a good girl, I was sad too. Oh god. But it surely can't compare to the sadness and hatred of those who spent time with her like family from when they were trainees. Now just a sort of group shadow shot of them in the background, the woods, the trees surrounding them, and there's just Jean finishing his drink. It's delicious, Hanji-san. Can I have seconds? Yeah, there's still plenty. Thanks, Yalina. Oh, he's getting a bottle now. Yo, a bottle of wine. I hope it's not got spinal fluid in there. You're helping us get each other's ill will out and sort out our minds here, right? Even though your whimsical dream that you wanted to come true so bad, you even blew your precious comrade's brain out, ended meaninglessly, and you were ready to die. Sorry for the trouble. I forgot. What was it again? Your close friend's name you told me before? That's right. It's Marco. Oh god. Jean. Oh god! Is Jean gonna find out that it was Reina and Annie that killed him? Oh god, oh god, what is Jean gonna do now? Oh god, there's Jean when she says that, and there's a shot of Reina and Annie just sort of like, she's got the bulge eyes, like shit's about to go, like, oh god, everyone's just sort of turning and listening. If I'm not mistaken, you said Annie was involved in his death, right? Did you already hear it from Annie? The truth about Marco's death? Oh god, and there's Jean just staring at Reina and Annie, and Annie just sort of chest falling, and Annie's talking. I took Marco's 3D maneuver gear. That's why Marco was devoured by a titan. And there's Reina. Oh, Annie just obeyed my order. And Annie's looking at it. Wow, look at Reina trying to standing up for Annie and trying to make her sort of look good and saying it's his fault. Annie's looking at Reina and Mikasa, Connie. I think Connie's looking at Jean there, while Mikasa, Armin and Jean are just looking at them. Reina. Marco heard a conversation between me and Bertold that had to be kept secret. I feared our true forms would be found out. I thought that if Marco was killed by a titan, it would silence him well. I threw Marco onto a roof in midair, and while I was holding him down so he couldn't move, Annie removed his 3D maneuver gear. Marco couldn't move from that spot, and he was eaten by a titan who came from behind. And Jean's just having flashes of Marco's corpse, man. God damn, he's pissed. And there's just Connie just like looking, you can tell he's angry, and there's Mikasa and Armin just looking sad. And Annie and Reina, Annie just looking sad, and Gabby and Falcon looking at the two of them. And there's just Jean, like, contemplating what to say next. Marco, he didn't say any last words. Reina just looks sad now. He said, and this is a group shot, page 31, group shot of everyone. He said, we still haven't talked. Oh god, that's painful. And there's Jean. Yes, that's right. We haven't talked properly. And there's reaction shots of the others, of Connie, Mikasa and Armin. That's why. Isn't that why we ended up killing each other and such until either one was dead? Shot of the Marleans. If we had talked properly from the beginning. All of the killing up until now. Hanji, it's not too late to start now. Even people like us who have ruthlessly killed each other, at least we are now exchanging words without killing each other. And that's just McGuff looking at her. And then now reaction shots of Annie, of everyone basically. Who could have imagined this? That we would eat together around a fire. Yeah, who could have? Who could have? Like, oh man. Page 33 and Reina. While I was watching Marco being eaten by that Titan, I asked myself, why is he being eaten? And Hanji's just like, you might want to shut up. I think she's a bit confused why he's talking now. And then I let myself be overcome by rage and I killed that Titan while saying, you did this to Marco. And Jean's just like, enough already. You went crazy because of your sense of guilt, didn't you? And Reina's just like, do not forgive me. I really have no idea what to do. Gabby's just listening to all of this as well, like, and Jean's just, enough already. And Reina's like, I'm sorry. Ah, man. Next part. We're on page 34 and shit just got serious. So where did we leave off? Reina said, Jean's just like, enough already. He's like, just shut up, dude. Just stop talking now. And Reina's like, I'm sorry. And Jean loses it. He just got up. He rushes at Reina and he just punched him in the face and knocked him to the floor. And there's Mikasa and Annie. Annie's just got like what the hell? Like she's getting like, what? And Mikasa's getting up and there's just that panel of Jean just punching Reina in the face, blood coming out. And he grabs him and bang, punches him in the face again. Ugh. Oh god, he's smashing his face in. And there's Armin and Connie grabbing him and holding him back. Jean! And there's just Mika, Hanji, and there's just Annie just standing like, what the hell? And Annie kick. Wow, Jean kicks Ray. Oh no, Jean just kicked Gabby in the back. Gabby just jumped in to protect Reina, and Jean just kicked her in the back, and Jean's like, And there's Falcon. There's Falcon by his side as well. Like Gabby. Checking on him like, he's tending on, are you okay? Sorry. And Jean's just shocked by this and the others. And wow, man, Reina's face is pummeled. Holy crap. And Gabby's just, all of you people from Paradise Island, we wished all of you to disappear. And then my dad and my mom, all the people from Liberal ended up disappearing. I'm sorry. Oh, our parents' family dead then. I'm sorry. And Jean just like, I realize how incredibly impudent this is of me, but we need your help. And she's getting on the ground, like putting her head down, begging. I think Reina hit her side too hard. She's grabbing her, like steadying herself on the. Please lend us your strength. I think there might be a translation error here. All the people from Libera in Europe, and then I think in the actual official translation it'll be, and now my mom and dad and all the people from Libera will end up disappearing. I think that might be a translation. That's why she's saying, please lend us your strength. And Falcon's just like, he's helping her up, and now he's like, please stop the rumbling with us, please. And Jean's just like, he's getting pissed. Let go of me to Armin and Connie. And he's just walking up into the woods by himself. But Connie, where are you going, Jean? And Hanji's like, Jean, you don't want a second cervix? Like, look at Hanji trying to keep the peace here, and Yarlena's just like looking weird, like usual, seeing that whole situation. And there's Annie tending to Reina, and there's McGarth, and there's Gabby just sort of craning aside. It's no news. He went away. She looks in pain. That's just creepy. McGarth is approaching and he's like, Gabby. And he's like, and then he does that. I think he was gonna like tend to her, like, you know, but like he doesn't do it. Like, McGarth has shown that he does care about his Adalians at least somewhat, but like, I don't know. Levi just woke up. You're so nosy. He finally wakes up and there's just page 4 and there's just Jean, hands in the woods, hands on his ears, like, it looks like we're in the morning now. Page 41 and there's Jean, there's Gabby sleeping next to Falcon. Wake up, and Gabby's waking up, and there's Jean waking up. It's time to leave. You will help us? Yes, of course. Oh, he just grabbed Reina awake. Well, Until when are you gonna sleep, Reina? All of your wounds should have healed already. So let's see, Gabby and Falcon are waking up. There's Armin, I think, with Connie on the cart with horses, and Mikasa, and there's Annie bringing some stuff in. And now page 42, and the group is on their way basically. So there's 2 carts of horses, 2 horses on each cart, 1 horse in front of them riding. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 person, I think, obviously on each cart, right, controlling the horses. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3. I think 3 people on 1 cart and 5 on another. Gabby, I'm sorry I kicked you. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm okay. It's fine. Is that so? Reina, I will not apologize to you. And Reina's like, yeah, that's okay. And there's Annie still looking sad. I cannot forgive you, I know. What about me? And that's Annie. What about me? Fuck. Annie's just like, what about me? Well, do we get a response? Nope, doesn't look like it. McGuff like, can we really trust the Azamobitos? And Hanji's like, we have no choice but to trust them. And Connie's just like, the cart, stop. It seems like something happened. There's Peckham's coming down the mountain, or the hills, rushing towards them, and Pickham's is coming out. The harbour, okay, everyone stopped, what's going on? There's a look of shock on everyone's face, like what's going on? So, page 44, we're getting a shot of the harbour. It was occupied by the Jaeger faction. There's a shot of the train. They probably got there before us using the locomotives. Shit. There's a shot of the boats, and oh my god, it's surrounded by yeah, it's just surrounded by those guys. Like, they got spears and everything. There are a great number of soldiers with the freedom and moving deployed to fight. Oh god. Page 45. It seems like they sensed we are moving in order to try and stop the rumble. Seems like they sensed we are moving moving in order to try and stop the rumbling. And there's a shot of Flock with a gun in his hand, and he's standing behind Kiyomi, who's sitting in a chair, and decided to confront us. The time left to humanity shortens. Only the obstacles increase. Well, shit. What a way to end the chapter on. So, I don't even know why I had these on. So, we got our reasons for Jean joining, for Marco, obviously. We finally had the confession from Annie and Reina about what happened to Marco. Gabby there to witness it all, to finally understand the feelings of her cousin and to realise all the shit he went through and all the wrong they've done. The development between our 2 leader functions, McGarth and Hanji, and just Hanji trying to keep the peace. Mikasa showing her pissed off mood to Annie, and Annie actually showing, you know, like, no, let's talk, let's do it, let's talk. But if it doesn't work out, we are going to kill each other. That's just how it works. And Jean hearing Marco's last words. And it's sort of reinforcing what's going on now. Like, yeah, like, look at them, they're talking now. Like, this is what should have happened in the first place. This is what they should have done in the first place, not what ended up occurring. Seeing a lot of different viewpoints about why each group did what they did. And whether they're wrong or right, you know, like, there are no real villains here. At this point, you can make the argument that Eren is technically a villain. Anyone who is up for just murdering everyone just to save one side is a villain. Because if not, then you may as well be saying that Hitler was a good guy then. Because, like, oh, let's kill all those Pacific people and take over the rest of the world because, you know, I want our people to be the ones in control, and that, you know, that's not heroic, okay? That's just whatever way you look at it, that's just villainous. And what Eren is doing is mass. It's mass genocide. It's mass slaughter, like Hanji said. And she's not up for it. Mikasa's not up for it. Like, she's developing now to a point. She doesn't want to kill Eren. She wants to talk to him first. So it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens. If Eren does not agree with her, if he does not listen, is Mikasa actually going to do what needs to be done? I think if it comes to it, Armin will do what's necessary. He will do what's necessary, but will Mikasa do it? And I think that will be a huge plot point if Mikasa ends up being the one to kill Eren. Like, let that sink in. If it's Mikasa, like, it will be sort of like a God, I don't want to compare it to that. Let's compare it to X-Men 3, where Wolverine is forced to kill Jean Grey because, you know, all that power and there's nothing he can do about it, so he has to kill her. So, or more, nope, I'm not going to compare it to that. I want to forget that show ever existed. I don't want to compare it to that. Nope. You guys know where I'm going with this, and I'm not going to say by name. Screw that. No. And we ended with our groups planning to take the plane to find Eren, and Yelena has probably got a good point on where Eren is heading. So that leads into consideration. Is Eren going to get to Marlene first, or is the group going to get there first? It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. They're going to be stopped, obviously, because the Jaeger faction. I think this is going to be a big, huge battle right now that we're going to get. And my assumption is that this manga is probably has only 7 more chapters left. I think this is going to end with volume 33. And I do think we have 7 chapters left, and I think that the next chapter or 2 is just going to be a big action set piece. I think maybe someone is going to die. We've got Peckham's, we've got Annie, we've got Reyna, we've got Armin, and we got Falcon, but I don't know how he's going to use his powers at the moment because he's never trained with them. So technically speaking, we only have 4 well-trained guys with Titan powers, and Connie and Jean and Mikasa, and maybe you can add Hanji, I guess, but I don't think she's really up for fighting, you know, one eye and all. Maybe she can, I don't know. I don't think she would be up for it, you know, being able to maneuver and that, maybe, I don't know, let's see if I'm wrong or not. Levi's obviously wounded, so he can't participate, and Hanji is probably going to stay to protect him. Okabayu, Yelena are not going to fight. They need Yelena alive to basically tell them where Eren's going, so she needs to stay safe. Megoth doesn't know how to use maneuver gear, so I don't see him strapping himself in, going there. Same with Gabby, and maybe Gabby will join, you know, get some sniper rifle out and start blasting from afar. I can see that happening. But yeah, I can see, I want Flock to die. Hands down, I want Flock to die. And if he's going to die next month, or the chapter after that, I hope it happens. That dude needs to he needs to die in the worst way possible, okay? Like, it's amazing how much I hate his character. Like, hot damn, I hate him. He's an arsehole, and he needs to die, and I hope he dies. I hope Isayama kills that son of a bitch. I hope he goes out in the worst way possible. Like, in the most horrible way possible. I hope it happens. But, yeah. I can't wait for that. It's been a moment coming, but yeah, we're getting that sort of fight, basically. Interesting. Like, it would be funny if that's sort of our final confrontation, and then Eren just ends up being sort of like the talking confrontation. But we'll see. Anyway, camera's about to show off, so I'm just going to say like and subscribe, guys, as always, and I shall see you when I shall see you. See you next month then, and yeah, take care and bye!